Okay, Kolayim Yahweh Bahashem Yahusha Bahashem Rakah HaKodash. The honors to the elders, apostles of great millstones. Shalom to the old for elect. My name is Lamadia, and the name of this video is going to be entitled "What the Lord Take Away, He will replace it with something better." Because being in this ministry, being in the faith, things will be taken away from you. Things will be lost. Things you care about, things that you might be emotionally attached to. It might be your kids. You might be a woman, may decide to leave you. Your family may disassociate themselves with you, whatever the case may be. You're going to suffer. Everything's going to seem like it's going wrong. And at times, it's going to feel like the Lord forsaking you. But you have to remember that's not the end of the story. That's part of the ministry because we're going to suffer. And we're going to suffer a whole lot before we even receive. And there's a reason why the scriptures say, he that loveth his life shall lose it, and he that hateth his life shall find it. Because here, we have nothing to lose because we already lost everything here. But we're going to receive life. We're going to receive everything our hearts desire. But we just have to be patient and continue to suffer and pray and fast. Like I said, it's going to hurt. But through the pain, you have to move. You have to push through it. And remember what's our purpose. Because our purpose is to serve Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. And we can't forget that. And you're going to have opposing forces, demons, is going to do everything in their power to try to make you fumble the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, but you just got to push through it. So now when you read about the account with Job, Job lost lost a lot. He lost his sons, his daughters, his health, his woman, riches. Job suffered for righteousness. Job didn't do anything wicked, but he suffered. But that wasn't the end of Job. Now this is the last chapter of Job. Job 42nd, the 42nd chapter in the 10th verse. They're gonna speak about how the Most High restored everything back to Job. Verse 10. And the Lord turned the captivity of Job when he prayed for his friends. Also, the Lord gave Job twice as much as he had before. So everything the Lord took away from Job, he blessed them and restored them with double. And the first estate, Job already had a lot, but the Most High gave him double of everything he received. And if the Lord did it for Job, you think he's not going to do the same for us for serving him? We just got to continue to suffer. Because before we could uh, enjoy the kingdom and receive, we first must lose before we could obtain. And that's the main thing, losing. Verse 11. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters, and all they that had been of his acquaintance before, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a price of money, and every one an earring of gold. So the Lord blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep and 6,000 camels and 1,000 yoke of oxen and 1,000 she axes. He had also 7 sons and 3 daughters. So that's the point. Everything the Lord had that Job had, he lost and he received double. And we're gonna receive more than double when Yahweh Shah come and return and deliver the elect. You think what we have now is something? We value the little things we have because we start off with nothing. But that's the price we have to lose to obtain the kingdom. Now, 2 Timothy 3 and 12. Yeah, all that will live godly in Yahweh Shah shall suffer persecutions. And you're gonna suffer. You're gonna go through it. It's gonna feel at times everything is going wrong for you. But you just gotta keep going. You just gotta keep going. 2 Corinthians 13 and 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahweh Shah is in you, except ye be reprobates. So there you go. Scripture speaks about examining yourselves. Like, you have to do an assessment, constantly like examining yourself. You actually got to put yourself in scenarios too. Like, think about the things you care about. What if it was taken away from you? Where would your faith be after it's taken away from you? Now, you may think about it, then you have to be honest with yourself. Would it shake your faith? And if that's the case, you pray. You pray to the Lord to strengthen you in those areas, those regions where things could bother you. You have to look for your own weaknesses and pray that the Lord strengthen you. So I read again. Examine yourselves whether you be in the faith. Prove your own selves. Know you're not your own selves. Because who know you better than yourself? So you should be the first one to point out your weaknesses and see where you things you lack. Then it reads how that Yahweh Shah is in you, except you be reprobates. Yeah, and a reprobate is a mind void of judgment. That's the guy that could be going off, but they don't think any judgment coming to them. Case in point, the deacon Hassad and Hakkad, they reprobates, and they know they going off. Like, I believe they know what they doing is wrong, and they know what they teaching is bullshit. But son telling me about them too. Um, that what crossed their mind is if even if they are going north, they still Israelites, so they're gonna receive mercy anyway in the kingdom. That's what I'm getting from them. So that's a reprobate mind frame. If that's the case, either way they reprobates because they going off and they're not considering if they wrong, what's the judgment for it. Now I have here the meaning of examine. Because what did it mean for us to examine ourselves? So let's look at it. First definition: inspect. Excuse me. Right. It says inspect someone or something. And now in this case, you're supposed to inspect yourself. You got to do quality control within yourself. Check for everything. Look for any default you could find, and pray that the Lord fix it. So inspect someone or something in detail to determine the nature or condition. Investigate thoroughly. So that's what you have to do. You have to investigate within yourself thoroughly. Ask yourself these questions. What if what if my children die? What if I find out I'm sick and only have like what a month to live? What would I do? Like what you got to put yourself in every scenario of something like a traumatic event and think about how will your faith be. Will that stop you from doing the work? Will that alter your faith to Yahweh Shem Yahusha? Will that create some type of doubt in your mind? Because no matter what happens, you still have to keep going, keep going, because the Lord's gonna fix everything. Because everything that seems broken now will be repaired when your house shall return. All right, you're gonna get everything back. When a woman leave you, guess what? You gonna get that back anyway, cause she gonna be destroyed. But guess what? She's an Israelite. She's gonna come back, and when she do come back, reincarnated, she may come back as your wife again. So everything's gonna be restored. You lose children, if they don't make it, guess what? They're gonna come back in reincarnation as your kids. So that's it on the definition of examine. Now let's go to Matthew 6:33. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High. And the kingdom of the Most High first began with the knowledge. And it reads, in his righteousness. So you seek the scriptures in righteousness. And it reads, and all these things should be added onto you. So you have to make the Lord your priority. You have to you got to put the Lord before everything, including yourself. And you'll be good. Verse 34. Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow should take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So, don't worry about nothing. The Most High is going to make sure you're good. All right? The scripture speaks about daily bread. Because you may be out of work, and then it may seem like the rent, the bills is all piling up, but it'll all make a way. We in the miracle business. The Lord would drop down a blessing you least expect it. Like the Lord is the ultimate clutch shooter. In basketball you have the a clutch shooter. That's the person that shoot threes during the end of the game, or like the buzzer beater, and they'll shoot these threes and everything goes in. That's how the Lord is with us. He's like a clutch shooter. So now Matthew 19 and 27. Then answered Peter and said unto him, him is Yahushua. Behold, we have forsaken all and followed thee. What should we have therefore? And Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto you, that ye which have followed me in the regeneration means reincarnation, when the Son of Man shall sit in the throne of his glory, he also shall sit upon 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And everyone that hath forsaken houses, or brethren, or sisters, or father, or mother, or wife, or children, or lands, for my name's sake, Yahushua shall receive 100-fold, and shall inherit everlasting life. Now, Job received 2 folds of everything he had. The scripture said we're gonna receive 100 folds. Could you imagine? So what we about to receive is nothing we could even imagine. But the hard part is the waiting patiently until that day come. So until then, you just gotta push through the pain and pray that the Lord hasten the day for the elect's sake. You know, that's what the scriptures say. The Lord will wipe away all tears. Because, man, it's going to be times you may feel tears coming down your eyes out of frustration. Can't wait to get the hell out of here. You know, everything just going left. But the Lord's going to make things right for us. And that's what you got to hold on to and wait patiently. Verse 30. But many that are first shall be last, and the last shall be first. And I'm going to close it with Acts 14. Slovakia. Bear with me. Acts 14 and 22. Confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in their faith, and that we must through much tribulation enter into the kingdom of the Most High. So, Scripture speaks about much tribulation, and we are going to undergo a lot of tribulation, suffering, pain, emotional distress. That's part of this ministry. But you just got to keep holding on. You know, keep fighting, pray, fast. You know, watch brothers' videos. Get into the word, and the word will charge you up. Because when you're not in the word, that's when you start feeling depleted. But when you get into the word, you start feeling charged up. So I ended with that. And Lord willing, this video was edifying. And I'm going to say, Kohalayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash. Until next time, Shalom.